I'm Brian Winnekins. We are at the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention in Kansas City. And thank you to our broadcast sponsors, and they include Annabis Silo of Durand, the Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, BASF, Ashley Gausman, your representative serving Northwest Wisconsin, Mycogen Seeds, Matt Carls, your representative in Northwest Wisconsin, also Samantha Brantner, your DeKalb Asgrow Seeds provider in Northwest Wisconsin. I'm with Terry O'Neill. He's with the National Pork Board. He's from Nebraska. He's one of the producer members. And Terry, let's talk about a little bit about trade. Trade has become a big issue really since the election last year. How important is it for pork producers to have that continued trade?
Well, trade is huge for pork producers. We export 27% of our product out of the country, so we can afford to have any disruption in trade. It comes out to $54 per head for every animal.
Wow, I did not realize it was that much. Who are some of our biggest trading partners?
Our biggest trading partner right now this year has been Mexico. It's increased 15%. We have a lot of hams going to Mexico. Japan is our greatest trading partner as far as value. We sell a lot of chilled product there, a lot of loins, and then finishes out with China, Hong Kong, and South Korea.
China, let's talk a little bit about that. Are we seeing a bigger increase in their use of U.S. pork?
We're seeing a little bit bigger increase. We're a little bit off this year, but in the past they've really come to the table and bought a lot of U.S. pork, particularly variety meats.
Really?
Yes.
What, is there any specific reason as to why they're into the variety meats so much?
Well, variety meats, you have to understand the culture over there. We just went over there to tour that country 3 weeks ago, and variety meats are more of a delicacy over in that country than we have here. We consider it something we're just going to grind and place in trimmings, but variety meats are very important to the Asian market.
Yeah, here in the U.S. it's bacon, and then there's chocolate covered bacon.
Right.
But over there it's kind of it's totally different because of the culture.
They don't use bacon and bellies as we use here. They'll use just raw bacon or raw bellies. Well, not raw bellies, but uncured bellies. They'll eat it that way. And the bacon over in China is different. It's more it's meat brought back together. It's not so much out of belly meat because they use belly meat in and of itself.
Wow.
They don't cure it.
Wow. We're talking with Terry O'Neill with the National Pork Board. So because of that, what does the Pork Board do with their producer members to say, hey, okay, we have this market. It's not like the U.S. market. The consumers they have some different tastes.
Right.
So how does the Pork Board get that message out?
We work closely with the United States Meat Export Federation. They're the boots on the ground there. We contribute to that organization, and a lot of those monies and dollars is met by USDA to help promote export sales. Well, they find out what the specifications are, relay that back to our packers, and our packers know how to break the hogs down.
Okay.
My pigs from my hog farm a lot of them go to Japan, and it has to go through what's called a Japanese break, and they're basically broken down differently on different parts of the ribs to go to Japan.
Wow, that is fascinating how you have to change for each country. You have to have kind of something a little bit different.
There's just cultural differences there. We got to learn about those cultural differences when we went to Japan and China here just 3 weeks ago.
Were you surprised by all of these differences?
A little surprised. I've been there before, but there are some. Presentation is extremely important in Asian markets. They want a product that's laid out in a box that's nicely presented. They want a product that is the right specifications to go under slicers when they're processing. So specifications are very important. They want bright colored boxes to catch the eye of the consumers. There's a lot of people coming to these markets, a lot of smaller producers or consumers coming to these markets, buyers. They want something that catches their eye, so presentation is extremely important.
Wow, it's fascinating stuff. Well, Terry, again, thank you for joining us. That is Terry O'Neill. He is with the National Pork Board. We are at the NAFB convention in Kansas City. I'm Brian Winnekins for Real Country 1430 WRDN.